Hello. Oh shit. I'm not even gonna fucking bother. This is a whiteboard video. You know what's going on. Okay. So I'm talking about intelligence here. So you got you got a brain, right? You got, how do I put this? Okay. So there's various forms of intelligence, right? And I've kind of I've created like a little bit of a thesis here on intelligence and the degrees of intelligence and capabilities of these certain degrees of intelligence. Basically, tiered intelligence, if you will. So the first thing is going to be reactionary. I forgot how to do whiteboard videos. So basically, it's like hold on. That's an ice pot, and that's like a thing, and that's a thing. Hold on, it needs a, there we go. It's a Bectum. So those things, they react. They're very reactive to their surroundings. It's part of the, stimuli that they're backed with. So essentially what they do is, it's basically just a one-to-one. Doctor hits your knee with a hammer and then you kick your leg. That's a reaction. Doesn't take very much intelligence. And it's not really could be called intelligence. You could call it intelligence in a form maybe of the emergent complexity, but that's really a compounding of intelligence, so it's a little different. You know what, fuck it. This ain't a whiteboard video. This is a grayboard video. So, the next tier of intelligence would be the capability to think ahead. Specifically, planning your actions ahead to what you assume will occur next. Swinging a baseball. So if someone throws a baseball at you, and you got a bat, and you hit the baseball. You anticipated where the baseball was going to be and planned accordingly by swinging preemptively, timing it to where you'd hit the ball as you swung. That would be planning. So not only does this involve reactionary input, where you're reacting to the ball being thrown, you're taking that input and you're doing the action of swinging the bat, but you understand that you need to wait, and so you anticipate where the ball will be and then strike there. That is a planning kind of intelligence. That is a step above it. I guess insects, you could say, could have that. Things like that, Now, a level beyond planning is causality. The ability to associate reactions with other things. Like that guitar. Causality, I would know that I can strum the strings to create noise. That interacting with the strings in a certain way will produce noise. I know that if I knock over a vase, it will break. Things like that. I can process the order of events. Not a direct anticipation, but an anticipation of something regarding the properties that you already understand it. Which means that if you see something and you have an understanding of what the properties are, but you've never encountered what it is, you can still create a prediction as to what it will do. That form of intelligence is difficult to find in a lot of areas, but it's not too uncommon. Dogs can understand that to an extent. Cats, really a lot of mammals and reptiles even have that form of intelligence, the ability to understand causality, cause and effect, specifically with trends. Now, a level beyond that is where we start to getting almost superfluous levels of intelligence. I will say that there's a large gap between this tier of intelligence and the next one, that you could start talking about strategy and comprehension and things like that. That's really just compounding on previous tiers of intelligence, I would say. But the next one would be No, the gray board isn't even focused. There we go. The next one would be the ability to recognize yourself. To basically, self-awareness, sentience. I think, no, not necessarily sentience. Like, dogs can recognize themselves in mirrors, I think. Like, some fish, not all dogs, but some dogs. Like, certain species of fish, octopi, dolphins, things like, there's a lot of things that can recognize themselves in mirrors. It's honestly kind of interesting, the amount of intelligent animals that are capable of doing that. But yeah, hell, even midgets can do that, so, yeah. That kind of intelligence is more about perspective and the ability to, adjust, to think outside the box, and to kind of reorient your thinking in different ways that is plastic to the situation at hand, and to process information in a way that demonstrates the ability to predict and understand how the world functions itself and how you are placed within the world. However, I would consider that more connected to the next tier, which would be existentialism. The ability to understand relation of oneself to the world and to think about beyond that. I would say animals that are capable of existentialism, humans, namely, maybe not all of us. That's not a race thing. It was just a joke, because some people are stupid. But, I don't know. Some animals, you hear stories, but I don't really know if those are true. Like, I heard a story about, like, a parrot and, like, a hand-signing gorilla, but I'm not sure about the veracity of those... veracity, I think, of those stories. But I can tell you for certain that there's at least been one animal other than a human that's able to do that. I do not think it's, for a moment, exclusive to humans. And there probably are species of animals. Dolphins probably are existential. Like primates, like certain primates, higher order, things like that. Totally capable of existentialism to a degree. I definitely skipped over some shit. I try to work out, how these tiers work, outline it a little bit. I think I did a decent job, but you could definitely make more tiers, but those are kind of superfluous to these, like primary tiers. And this is mostly related to emergent complexity, because a series of reactions can lead to predictive capabilities, and then, prediction and reactivity could lead to, causality, things like that, right? Which is why a reactive set of neurons can produce existential thought. It's just how things work. Compounding complexity leads to exponential complexity and the capability to do far more than the individual parts. That's why an engine can't move, but a car can. Things like that. But that's getting to the point of the video is what levels of thought could possibly be higher than existentialism. That's all I really wanted to say. That's all I really wanted to mention. And also, I'm curious if prediction of what could be beyond the capability of existentialism would be capable relative to other animals of their own degree, if they're capable of, certain levels of thought. Really, it's the capability to perform abstraction that really defines self-awareness and existentialism. That was a long pause. So I would probably put, actually, abstraction is a good tier to put in here. The capability of abstraction. I would put that beyond causality, actually. Like, between causality and self-awareness. Abstraction. That makes a bit of sense. I'm done here. Goodbye.